r/ask Reddit. What is considered socially unacceptable for no reason? Not getting someone a gift when they say that they don't want anything. I hate that. I legitimately don't want anything. Don't get me a gift. If you feel bad, get me a card. I save all my cards. My in-laws do this every Christmas. I legitimately don't want anything, so I get weird things instead. Running everywhere instead of walking. When I see someone running that looks like they shouldn't be, not wearing running gear, I admittedly do assume suspicion. My dad gets super offended when I put my elbows on the table. I still don't know why. Edit. For those of you wondering if it's cause my dad was beaten for not having table manners. No, while my grandpa was a drunk, he didn't beat his children. Plus, my dad puts his elbows on the table and doesn't reprimand anyone but me. He flicks or hits my elbows off the table when I do it. Skipping as an adult. It's unfortunate because it is faster than walking and much more fun than running. Be the change you want to see. I will join you. I thought about joining, but I'll just skip. Ladies can call their friends her girlfriends, but a man, absolutely not, cannot call his friends his boyfriends. That's not fair. Let my boys hug and have feelings. Damn it. Being honest when asked how are you? I mean, you can be honest without unpacking your whole baggage and it's still socially acceptable. How are you? A. Been better. Or, sorry man. Hope it turns up. Wearing a surgical mask when you are sick to prevent giving the illness to others. It's socially acceptable in Japan. It's even encouraged. I wore a surgical mask to school because I was sick. I'm also Japanese but live in the US and got reported to the principal's office immediately. 40+ male at a playground. Yes, I have no partner. Yes, that's my 6-year-old kid having a blast. No, I'm not a pedo, but thank you for your questions and passive glares. Being the first person to get up from your chair when snacks are brought into a meeting room. There's always that one hero that does it though so others can get in line. Because I'm scared of looking like I'm starving or like I'm fat. Standing backwards in an elevator. I've never thought about this before. It is weird and I don't know why. It's weird because you have to turn around to face the right way in order to press the buttons and see what floor you are on. Having fun as an adult. Fun has no expiration date. You don't suddenly no longer qualify for fun and have to live a life of watching the news and drinking coffee. People shame adults for doing fun things and that's absolute ducking bullshit. Yes, I'm 38 and I enjoy swings, jumping on trampolines, having a balloon with helium. People looks at me like if I'm mad or being childish, but when they try it with me they enjoy it too. I always get my face painted. Royal Adelaide show, like a state fair. Tick. At family friendly events that say they have a face painter. Tick. School fundraisers. Tick. It's amazing the amount of people that make a big deal out of it. I'm a 28-year-old woman and I get my face painted. Big deal. Having more fun than you grumpy ass. Not answering your own door. When there's like a salesman at someone's door, they won't want to answer but they will act like no one is home and be really quiet so the person outside the door doesn't hear them. But it's your house. I could just stare at a salesman out the window as he rings my bell. Who cares? It's my house. I don't have to answer my own door. For whatever reason I deem acceptable. You came to my house, not the other way around. My neighbor also came to my house the other day, rang my doorbell, and I was trying to put my son down for a nap so I didn't go down. But then she messaged my wife and was like, "Hey, your garage is open. I can see someone is home. Why didn't you answer?" So then my wife messages me asking why I didn't answer. What the duck? For whatever reason I choose. I had a good one this time. But maybe I'm asleep. Maybe I'm taking a shower, or a shit, or in the backyard. Or maybe I'm scratching my nuts on the couch. Maybe duck yourself. It's my house. You took your shot to see if I'd answer and I didn't. Move on. Talking about the money you make your salary. I've talked about salary with co-workers a few times in my career. A couple times I found out I was underpaid. I asked for more money on my next review and was given what I asked. Sometimes companies overpay new hires when they are desperate for somebody good. The worst thing that can happen is their best, most experienced, employees find out about it. Salary secrecy is always beneficial to the company, never to the employee. So true. Someone told me at my old company, giant food multinational, that they were told by HR that they could be terminated or written up for discussing salary. I was livid when I heard that. Walking your cat reminds me when some old man yelled at me and wanted to call the cops because cats aren't dogs and you can't walk them. Get a goldfish, put it in a fish bowl, put the fish bowl in a wagon, walk the fish, stare old man in the eyes as you do so. Showing distaste for one's family in any way, shape, or form. Going to the movies alone. When I was abroad for a year I went to the cinema by myself all the time. You choose the movie and the time. No compromises. You don't talk during the film anyway, so there really is no need to drag someone along. Do it. It's great. Napping at work during my lunch break. I don't really need food in the afternoon. What I really need is a nap. There are a ton of rules around clothing that are completely arbitrary nonsense. And I don't even just mean workplace dress codes and gendered clothing that are obvious bullshit. Even in casual situations, jeans and a flannel shirt are normal. But if you wore plaid flannel pajama pants and a denim shirt, you would look psychotic. Being single. Some people are okay not being in a relationship for some time and are perfectly happy, but other people just don't understand that. I sometimes feel like others assume something is wrong with me because I'm not in a relationship. That is, that no one wants me. I'm the only one in my family and friends group who doesn't have a life partner. Wearing the same clothes 2 days in a row. I'm from the States and I visited Italy when I was a teenager. It was so weird to me at the time that people there wore the same clothes a few days in a row. But now I think, why not? If the clothes are dirty or smelly, they're still good to wear. Pooping in a public bathroom. It's not necessarily unacceptable, but it's something that always elicits a reaction of discomfort and often disapproval. I've definitely heard people loudly exclaim that they could tell someone just took a shit in the bathroom acting all disgusted. I mean, they didn't shit on the floor. They went to the proper pooping receptacle. It just shouldn't mean anything and shouldn't be worth commenting on. People poop in bathrooms. If you're in a public bathroom and you didn't know it, that's where people poop. Stop acting surprised when a bathroom smells like people did what people do in bathrooms. Accepting something that someone offered you. This is mostly in the Middle East, I think. But it's really frustrating for foreigners because a foreigner will never know the correct time to accept an offer. If someone offers to buy you dinner, there is a very delicate balance of refusing and accepting. You have to refuse like 4 or 5 times. But if you refuse more than that, you'll also offend the other person. But if you don't refuse it several times adamantly, then you'll look greedy and selfish. If they fail to offer it insistently for like 4 or 5 times, they'll look like they didn't mean the offer and they aren't generous. A lot of Middle Easterners are shocked when they come to a Western country and they say something like, "Hey, let me pay for this," and the other person says, "Oh, okay, thanks." Shocked Pikachu face. It takes a while to get used to the fact that Westerners will just take you up on the offer. At first it feels like Westerners are greedy and they want to take advantage of your generosity, but that's not the case. It's just a different culture and it makes more sense to accept an offer straight up, instead of a whole theater production first. But Middle Eastern people need that theater production to feel everyone's being proper and polite. It's okay for men to have their nipples public, but not women's, even though we are more likely to have them out for feeding babies and stuff. Fun fact, in the US, women being topless isn't a crime in many states. Socially acceptable, no legal, yes. Cursing. Seriously, how and why the duck did society decide that certain sounds will corrupt children? To be fair, the social stigma of swearing is what gives these words power. Being ducking pissed about something is different than being pissed about it, and if ducking wasn't considered bad it wouldn't hold the weight it does. Personally, I'm pretty ducking thankful we find duck to be taboo. Once these words become more normalized, we'll just move on to others. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.